Hello everyone, and welcome to video 66 of Exposing the Beast System. Right now I need you to forget everything that you have ever learned in this world and start fresh. Start fresh. Okay, so, we made it. We made it, folks. It's 2021. Agenda 21. You know, some of us have been talking about this for some time. And more people are talking about it now. They're actually seeing the control taking place in our communities, and they're asking questions, which is good. It's good. You know, there is a somewhat awakening taking place. I'm seeing it come to life, come to fruition all around me. I'm actually seeing less and less people in the stores wearing masks now, which is good. There are other people not wearing masks in the store. So that's wonderful. But, you know, it still is 2021. I mean, we're here. It's Agenda 21. We're actually living it now. So we're going to know what it's all about. We've been speculating up to this point. You know, that's just what we do. We speculate on things because none of us actually knows the truth. And the more that you understand that we've been deceived, the more that you understand that that statement is true. Nobody knows the truth. We see things. You know, it is what it is. We know what we know. So we're going to talk about some things that are going to be happening that I see going on in, you know, this Agenda 21. And basically it's about control. You know, they're just going to start putting their boot on our necks, folks, in this year. This upcoming year is going to be very tough on some people, you know. My suggestion to you is to drink plenty of distilled structured water. And carry a magnetron. If you don't have a magnetron, please make one. I have videos on how to make these things. They actually make you feel better, folks. They really work. They really do. The distilled structured water, I can't stress that enough. You know, I can't stress that enough. It's changed my life. I feel so much better now that I drink that stuff. It's really good. So, Agenda 21. So what I see happening is that, you know, they've been militarizing our police forces, our local police forces for a long time, folks. You know, right down the street from my house is a sheriff's department, basically has a Hummer that's been converted into a tank sitting right in front of it. I mean, who are they going to use that tank on, folks? They're not using that tank against any army. They're going to be using that tank against us, folks. Against us, to control us. You know, they've always got a bigger gun than we got. You know, how? How do I know this? Well, because they're the ones that control it. They're the ones that give it to us. Trust me, they don't give us anything that they didn't use up 20 years ago. You know, the only information and the only things that we get are what they're done with. If they're done with using that little bit of technology against us, then they give it to us. They give it to us. They mock us with it. You know, and that's part of the deal. You know, we have to deal with all the mockery that's going on. That's been a big subject of conversations here lately with some of my woke friends, you know, talking about the mockery. And that's what it's all about. But, you know, if you're a little bit smarter than the average bear and you've figured out some things that are going on in this world, you know, then the mockery basically falls on deaf ears. It has no power because that's what you get. You know, someone asked me, well, what if you have the knowledge and you just don't use it? Well, you still have the power. You still have the power. You have the power of the knowledge. No matter what subject or circumstance that the knowledge concerns, you know, you have the power. Because once you have the knowledge, you take all of the power of deception away. And deception, wow. Look at what's going on with these elections, folks. This is not going to turn out good. This is not going to turn out good any way that it goes. Because I don't think that Donald Trump is going to relinquish power, you know. Listen, if you were really a billionaire in this world, okay, and you had all of this money and all of this stuff going on, would you really want to fight for a job that you've actually already been impeached out of, and it basically, you know, so many thousands or millions or whatever people hate you? Or, I mean, wouldn't you just kind of sail off into the sunset? So, you know, that just goes to show that it's all nonsense. It's all nonsense. I mean, if I was that fool, I'd be gone. I'd be like, okay, well, cool, later. I wouldn't be filing lawsuits. If he felt like he was really a human being and was doing his service back to the American people, well, you know, I would just say, okay, well, I did my time, man. I did my 4 years, got impeached. Let y'all keep your guns, and yeah, it's all good now. Now we'll let Biden come in and take it all away. Because, you know, that's what they're doing. It's, you know, in the next 5 years, folks, life as you know it is going to change 100%. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. Mark my words. I've watched it happen over my lifetime. You know, when I was a child, when I was a 10-year-old little boy, I could walk down to my local hardware store with 75 cents and buy a box of bullets for a gun. Right? Just hand them the 75 cents, they'd hand me the bullets, and I'd walk out the door. How do I know? Because I've done it many times as a little child. I mean, but now you have to go through like background checks and all kinds of stuff to buy guns, and you know, they just, I don't really know about bullets because I don't really deal with them. I don't think that you should form any weapon against any human being, because this is not a fight against human beings. I mean, are there those human beings who have been altered? You know, and we're seeing more and more of that. It's being disclosed. It's coming out there, folks. The information is coming out about these people, these humans that are actually already mixed with machine. And they are of influence, folks. Okay? You know, that's what it's about. It's about man versus machine. You know, what prints the money which gives anything intrinsic value in the world? A machine prints that money, folks. A machine. And if you control that machine, well, then you control the machine. And that's what's been going on for a long time, folks. And as far as I'm talking about money, okay, the economy in the United States of America is in trouble. It's in serious trouble. You know, people are suffering out there. Right now, they're getting a little bit of relief from the government. They're getting these checks, but what are you doing? You're basically relying on the government to take care of you and to basically fulfill your needs. Well, that's what the United States has been trying to avoid since the beginning, I guess. You know, so they talk about communism and socialism and all that, whatever, blah, blah, blah. It's all a bunch of nonsense. It's all a bunch of nonsense, you know. We're run by the old world order, folks. And what they're going to do is an economic reset. And the old world order is going to come in with their bulldozers and clean up the mess. Because that's what they do. They use their machines to manipulate us. And that's what they've been doing for a very long time. You know, I hope that people come to the understanding that things are not going to get better here in the near future. They're really not. They're not going to get better here. It's just the way it is. I can see the trend that's going on. You know, the sheeple are getting more sheepified. You know, they're getting dumber and dumber as they're moving forward. It's just amazing. You know, I learned a long time ago, if you're in a rabbit hole, then that's where you are. You're down in a hole. What you need to do is climb out of that rabbit hole. And don't zoom in on any particular thing. Zoom out and get a broad overview of everything. That's what they've got. They've got the eye in the sky watching everything. You know, they write songs about this stuff, folks. All you have to do is look at the music. A lot of it is revealed through the music of what they're actually doing to us. You know, we've just been humming along and tapping our feet to these little catchy tunes over, you know, your whole life, and you don't really pay any attention. Well, that's part of the MK Ultra mind control. That's part of the programming. They get you familiar with little phrases and little sayings and this and that and little chorus lines. And next thing you know, you're just not really even paying it any attention. You know, it's the way it is. But yes, the economic issues are coming soon. Those issues are coming soon, you know. They've been talking about Biden's wants to issue it, usher in social programming. I mean, we're going to see. We're going to see here very soon of what's getting ready to happen with the presidency of the United States. It's actually crazy, folks. To think that we're in this technological wonderland of everything is all good and connected and fine. But, you know, when I was a little kid, we got the results of who was president like within 2 days. They can't even put it together now, folks. They can't put it together. It's actually comical, you know, but that's how they dumb the people down. The people buy it hook, line, and sinker. And as long as they have an audience to proclaim their little theater to, then they will. They will. Until the masses wake up and basically take action against these people, they need to be removed. You know, but how do you remove them? They've got all the guns, they've got all the power, and power does what it wants. Power does what it wants in this world. And that's scary, folks. That's scary. You know, I've been watching some First Amendment audits, and if you don't know what that is, just look it up. And yeah, power does what it wants, and they do whatever they want. They don't care about any, not to mention, you know, human right that you have, but even the constitutional rights, the fake constitutional rights that you have been afforded in this great country. They don't even focus on that, let alone, and that's their job. They take an oath to that. But, you know, that's just, you know, let me digress, you know, a little further. But yes, the economic collapse is coming. The militarized police are going to, you know, start to put their boot on people's necks. And you know that it's not going to be the good cops that are out there. I understand that there are some good police out there. Okay, there are. But those good cops are going to be at home protecting their families like they should. And the loose cannons are going to be the ones out there running and gunning because they're still getting paid. They don't care. They're just taking orders and doing their job. You know, that's what they were saying when they were killing people. Oh, I was just doing my job. Yeah. With no care of any human aspect to the deal. Just their job, enforcing some policy on someone. You know, I didn't agree to any of these policies or laws which are imposed on me every day. I didn't agree to any of them. But they just do it anyway. Why? Because power does what it wants. Well, this is going to be the end of video 66 for the day. I hope you all have a blessed week. I'll see you soon.